Guys, you have seen Bitcoin smashing new all-time highs one after the other, but your altcoins are not performing. And there is a big discussion right now going on everywhere. When is going to be your altcoin season? Now guys, in this particular video, I am going to bust a lot of myths about altcoin season and why this time is very different. And I will give you just two different scenarios which I believe could be playing out in the upcoming few months for this particular bull market. And in my opinion, guys, this video could be one of the most crucial videos that you are watching in 2025 if you are invested in crypto markets. So make sure guys that you drop a like and also hit the subscribe button. And now guys, let's get right into it. So guys, welcome back and thanks for joining in yet again. Right now, let's take a look at the chart of Bitcoin on the shorter time frame as well as on the larger time frames, and then I'll talk about why this could be a very different cycle and completely different from what a lot of people are assuming it to be. Alright, so let's get right into the chart of Bitcoin. Now guys, talking about Bitcoin, right now you can very clearly see on the daily time frame, we were basically getting supported on this trend line right around here, multiple reactions as support as you can see right around here. And then guys, we actually broke down with high volume, but we actually took support at the 50 EMA on the daily time frame. And I mentioned this level to be a very crucial level of support for Bitcoin in the premium channel as well when the price was actually going lower. I was expecting the daily close to happen above the 50 EMA on the daily time frame, because usually guys, whenever the price is coming towards the EMA for a potential retest, it usually acts as a very strong zone of support. Alright, now price actually reacted pretty well, even though this move up was very slow, but we managed to close this daily candle on a higher volume and holding the 50 EMA on the daily time frame. Now guys, we are also creating a new daily candle above this trendline support as you can see right around here. Now guys, what is this pattern called? Let me just give you a very quick gist. So basically guys, whenever we have a trendline support, let's just say it is something like this, or it could be a horizontal support like this as well. But when the price is basically consolidating above this support and it breaks down, comes back up and confirms the previous zone of support, previous trend line of support as support one more time, this is usually called as a swing failure pattern. And we are basically targeting the highs, whatever highs we basically got right around here. All right. So in that case, we should be targeting these highs right around here, which are going to be somewhere around the all-time highs. But guys, there is something to be very mindful of. If I show you in the previous price action as well, then we had a very similar pattern playing out in this region where price was actually bouncing off from this support multiple times. We had like 7-8 touches and then price actually bounced off, but then it cascaded towards the downside and it dumped hard. Right now, I don't think that this exact thing is going to repeat, but what I really think is that something like this, which we actually experienced back in Q2 of 2024, could be in play. So right here you can see we could be right around here in this region. All right, we have had a move down, we broke the support, and then we come back up, we retest it as support, and then we have a move towards the upside. But after that, we basically continue towards the downside. So this move towards the downside could be in play, but before that we should be looking for a move towards the upside. Potentially guys, we might not be taking out the all-time highs, but it is still possible because we might be in a flat correction A, B, C, where B takes the high of your wave A, or we might be in a regular correction A, B, C, where B does not take the high of your wave A. Alright, so these are the two scenarios right now. I have already shared multiple different scenarios for Bitcoin on the shorter time frame inside the premium channel. If you're willing to trade with me, then definitely check it out. The link is given in the description section below. And guys, recently I have been sharing a lot of alpha as well as a lot of trades. So make sure that you check it out if you are interested. Now guys, talking about altcoin season, because everybody is talking about altcoin season at this moment. So what is it? When is it going to happen? Let me just decode that in front of you right now. Before I move on guys, I want to tell you about an exciting opportunity, and that is to trade with us. Yes, I'm talking about joining the premium channel and getting exclusive updates about the market as well as my personal trades delivered straight to your inbox for absolutely free. All you need to do to participate in this exclusive giveaway is to join Bluefin using the link in the description section below And that's not it, guys. Apart from getting an entry into the giveaway for joining the premium channel for absolutely free and for lifetime access as well, we have partnered with Bluefin to bring you some exciting bonuses as well. So if you deposit $50 or more, you are going to get an extra $30 bonus in your futures account, so you can trade with that as well and withdraw all of the profits that you make. Apart from that, you're also going to be getting 50% discount on your spot trading fees, so that is also going to be a very huge advantage for you all if you sign up using the link in the description section below. And if you already have an account with Bluefin, make sure that you use a different email, because this is a no KYC exchange, so you can basically join from anywhere in the world. But guys, the bonuses are only valid for the first 200 people who are going to be joining through the link in the description section below. So make sure that you hurry up and secure your spot for the bonuses, as well as enter the giveaway for the premium channel for absolutely free. Winners will be announced in the first week of July, so make sure that you do not miss this opportunity of getting access to the premium channel for lifetime for absolutely free by just opening a Bluefin account and making a deposit of just $50 or more. Also, you're getting extra $30, as I just mentioned, as a futures bonus. Alright, the link is again given in the description section below, so make sure that you check it out. So guys, coming back, I recently posted this tweet on X where I actually mentioned this thesis, and I still firmly stand by it, and I'm going to stand by it even if I am proven wrong or right. It does not matter, but I will stand to this thesis that I've shared. And I said it's either a bear market from here where Bitcoin goes to $55,000 to $69,000, and I'll show you how, or a super cycle where Bitcoin keeps grinding higher with continuous institutional and political inflows. Multiple 10 to 20% corrections, but eventually grinding higher to $200,000 and $250,000 over multiple coming months. No significant bear market like we have experienced in the past. There is no in between, guys. Either of the two options from the current price point. Alright, there's no parabolic altcoin season where every alt pumps, or even a few 10x within a few weeks. So if you have seen the previous bull markets, guys, in an altcoin season, almost every altcoin pumps. And that is exactly what everybody is waiting for. But it is not happening, guys. We have already seen over 13 months after the Bitcoin halving, and nothing has yet happened on majority of the altcoins. I would say 99.99% of altcoins haven't been in any kind of an altcoin season at all if you compare it with the previous bull markets. All right, I believe this market has matured enough to start behaving like one, and I will explain why, how, and where do I actually get this conviction from. So let's get right into the chart, or I would say the most controversial chart in the crypto markets right now, which is your Bitcoin dominance. And every other technical analyst actually gives you a different bias around where you are going to see some sort of a rejection on Bitcoin dominance, and we are going to be seeing price moving towards the downside, and this move towards the downside will be your altcoin season. Guys, first off, I don't think we are going to be getting a move like this towards the downside even if we get an altcoin season, because in the past you can see this was your altcoin season, this was your altcoin season, and everybody is now assuming that we are going to be getting a similar kind of move down on Bitcoin dominance, and money will flow out of Bitcoin into altcoins, and that would be your altcoin season, and that would also lead for the Bitcoin dominance to actually drop down. Alright, but I don't think that is going to happen. The reason behind that is basically very simple. Everybody who's buying Bitcoin at the moment is not buying it for the next 2 or 3 years or the next halving or even the halving after that. The people who are actually stacking Bitcoin at the current prices, even at $100,000, there are people who are buying Bitcoin at $100,000, right? That is why the price is going up or down, right? But guys, these entities are actually buying it for the next 10, 20, 30, and even 50 years, all right? All these institutions, all these political governments, and all of these banks, they are only buying it as a reserve asset. They're not buying it to trade over the next 2-3 years and take advantage of a particular bull market in crypto. All right, that is one thing that you really need to understand right now. Other reason that we also have for not having an altcoin season, not just so far, but also in the future, the second reason is going to be the fact that we have a lot of altcoins and a lot of promises. One major example is going to be Ohm. So there were a lot of promises by the 𝗕𝗪𝗪 team or the Ohm team where they actually promised that the price will eventually keep on going higher and higher, right? But what happened, guys? It ended up being a Ponzi scheme. And guys, I did share my views on Ohm when it was trading around $7-8 on the previous channel. And I did mention that I am selling my entire bag of Ohm right here because of only 2 reasons. One was I was in massive profits because I actually got in at just 60 cents for Ohm. So I was already up like 10-12x on my investment, more than a 10-12x, I guess. But the second reason was I was actually sensing some problems with the liquidity. And that is exactly why we could see price plummet all the way from like $8 to less than half a dollar. All right. Now, guys, I'm not going to get deeper into the Ohm chart or talk about Ohm because this is not about a particular altcoin. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is that right now we have a lot of shiny little objects. What are these objects? These are basically altcoins where they promise you a lot of things that, this is going to happen. They have this in the roadmap and they are going to have this kind of a partnership. And already we are getting a lot of altcoins getting multiple partnerships with billion-dollar Web2 companies. All right. But the price action, it's not still showing up. And the reason is, guys, if I show you the chart of Bitcoin, this is your Bitcoin chart on the weekly time frame. And this right here is your Bitcoin dominance chart on the weekly time frame yet again. Guys, let's just say that we had our first altcoin season begin back in April of 2017. So at that time, Bitcoin dominance was right around here. It was sitting at 88.26%. All right. And if I mark it off on the chart of Bitcoin as well, we would be somewhere around here, April 2017. So right here, you can see, guys, that price actually moved up for Bitcoin, while for Bitcoin dominance, we actually went lower. That was your altcoin season because money was flowing into Bitcoin, but dominance was still going lower, which means that a lot more money was getting into altcoins. And that actually gave you the altcoin season because there were very less options, guys, back in 2017. All right. That was your one reason or your first altcoin season. All right. Now, the second altcoin season happened right around here. All right, from these highs, and these highs were basically back in January of 2021 on the Bitcoin dominance chart. So let's just mark it off one more time for Bitcoin. So January 2021 was right around here. And even though we had a very small move up for Bitcoin this time, while if you compare from the previous cycle, we had a very big move on Bitcoin. And in 2021, we had a very small move. Right? But on Bitcoin dominance, we again saw a big move towards the downside, and that actually resulted in another altcoin season. Right now, everybody is again expecting something similar to happen. And Bitcoin would do something like this. Let's just say that altcoin dominance starts to drop down from the current price point. And this is where, it happens. So Bitcoin goes up further, like let's just say it goes up to like $160,000, $170,000 or maybe like $180,000. And then it starts to roll back down. All right. And during this time, we are assuming that Bitcoin dominance is also going to be dropping down. And this is indeed your top. That is your altcoin season, right? But guys, it is not as simple as that. It is not. All right. The reason being, guys, that you really do not need Bitcoin dominance to actually drop so much towards the downside to actually see some sort of an altcoin season because of a very simple factor, which a lot of people are basically ignoring right now. All right. So Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 65%, and it was almost the same price point right around here. And it was almost the same percentage right around here as well. While if you compare the market cap of Bitcoin at these levels and right now, then guys, there is a very, very big difference. So let's just quickly find that as well. So right here, guys, we have Bitcoin on CoinMarketCap. All right. So let's just check the market cap of Bitcoin when Bitcoin dominance was sitting at the same high level where we are currently sitting at. All right. So right here, it was somewhere around December of 2017. Let's just check what the market cap is. So let's just go to the market cap option right here. December of 2017 would put us somewhere around here, which would be a $200 billion market cap. So let's just quickly write it off right around here, 200 billion. All right. And right here, guys, in the next cycle, the timestamp is February 2021 when Bitcoin dominance actually started to roll back down. All right. February 2021. Let's just check how much was the market cap back then. So February is going to be somewhere around here, and the market cap is going to be somewhere around $661 billion. All right. So let's just quickly write that off right here as well. $660 billion. All right. And now we are again at the same level. So let's just check what the total market cap of Bitcoin is. It is 2.21 trillion fully diluted, and circulating market cap is sitting at 2.09 trillion. So let's just quickly write that off right here as well. So that would be basically $2010 billion. All right. So this is the difference, guys. First off, we had a altcoin season when Bitcoin dominance was $200 billion. Money flows from Bitcoin to altcoins or from USDT stablecoins into altcoins. Bitcoin dominance is sitting exactly almost at the same level as it was in the past, but the market cap of Bitcoin is sitting at $2090 billion. What does that mean, guys? That even if a little bit amount of money flows out of Bitcoin into altcoins, it will be a whole lot more impactful right now for altcoins rather than what it could have been in the past when the Bitcoin dominance was at the same level, but Bitcoin's market cap was much smaller. All right, so this is one thing that you really need to understand, and that is why I believe that there are two scenarios for Bitcoin right now, which I did mention right around here. All right, either we are getting into a bear market where Bitcoin goes to $55,000 to $69,000, or we have a super cycle. So let's just discuss these two scenarios technically on the charts as well for Bitcoin itself. All right, so let's just go and check right around here. So this is your Bitcoin's chart, and guys, if I zoom in a bit, then you can basically see this cycle we haven't had a big pump like this. All right, we haven't had a very explosive parabola like this for Bitcoin, right? While guys, what we have had is a parabola which looks like this. All right, there are two different type of parabolas. In the previous cycle we used to go like this, but this cycle we are going like this. All right, there is a difference between these two price actions. All right, now I will get into that as well, but let's just check the technicalities on the chart of Bitcoin at the moment. So the first option right now is going to be something like this. We have a 1, we have a 2 right here, we have a 3, we have a double combo zigzag in wave 4, and then we have a 5. This is your end of cycle or your first impulse, to say the least. Now you're looking for a larger corrective structure towards the downside in your wave 2. Now, of course, after that, we could be seeing another wave 3, but this move towards the downside could be as shallow as a potential bear market. So what are these price targets going to be? Let me just quickly put that off on the chart as well. So right here, guys, if I drop a Fibonacci from the recent highs, which is your wave 5 high, to the lows right around here, and let me just mark off the Elliott wave structure as well, which I'm talking about. This is a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. You do not want to lie to yourself when you really get a very clean structure towards the upside. That is an impulse, and now you know that technically you are only looking for a move towards the downside, at least a 3 waver towards the downside, which is going to be your ABC. All right, now your wave 2 price targets usually are sitting between the 0.382 and the 0.786 Fibonacci levels. All right, so these levels are sitting between $23,700 to $52,142. But in some cases, guys, where the market is really bullish, you might just reverse back up from the 236 as well. All right, but there is a possibility that we go all the way down here. Also, there is a very crucial zone of support, which is your 0.618, which is usually taken into consideration in cases like these. And this level is sitting at $33,000 at the moment, and that is going to be a very crucial zone of support, because if you stretch this towards the left, then you have a very strong zone of support in the past. All right, so this level could be very crucial indeed, right? But apart from that, we also have another way of actually finding our wave C low or our wave 2 low. All right, because then this entire move becomes 1, and this is your wave 2, then you're looking for 3, 4, and 5, which is going to be your next cycle indeed, because this move down will take a lot of time, right? And if you want to see how much time it should be taking, then you plot a trend-based fib time from the low to the high, and then you can see that this low cannot form, the wave 2 low cannot form before September 29th of 2025, this year itself, and most likely it is going to form between these two lines, and the second line is coming in January of 2027. So definitely, guys, we might see a bigger correction. Something like this is quite a possibility, right? And then we might go higher. So this is your bearish case scenario where we are getting into a bear market, right? Now, what are your other price targets for your wave C? Because we already have A, B, and now we are looking for C. So for finding wave C price targets, guys, it is going to be very simple yet again. We are going to be plotting a trend-based Fibonacci extension from the high of wave A to the low of wave A to the high of wave B, and then you're getting this price action, $55,000 to $68,000, $68,800, and that is exactly where these levels came out from. All right, $55,000 to $69,000. Most likely scenario, if you are getting into a bear market, of course, it can extend all the way to like $52,000 or even lower to like $33,000. But why would that happen, guys? Like, you have to ask yourself a question. If Bitcoin has become a very large asset, because guys, right now, Bitcoin has become one of the top 5 assets all over globe in terms of market cap. So what is the reason that price could actually plummet 70% yet again, considering the fact that miner rewards aren't as significant as they used to be when the supply that miners could actually mine was pretty huge, all right, in the previous cycles. Now the reward has shrinked, and that is why the significance of this shrunken supply has also reduced quite a lot. And that is why I don't think that we are going to be getting these 4-year cycles anymore. Right now, the other case scenario as well, because you really want some hopium, no? So I will show you the other scenario as well, which is going to be the super cycle. And that is something that everybody is really talking about right around here, where Bitcoin keeps grinding higher with continuous institutional and political inflows, multiple 10 to 20% corrections, but eventually grinding higher to $200,000 or even $250,000 over multiple coming months, not next month, not in the next 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months. It will take almost more than a year, in my opinion, if this is the super cycle, and no significant bear market, as I did mention already, right? So guys, in that particular case, what we do have is another scenario which I have already shared on my X profile. So let me just quickly show you that. And if you have not yet followed me on X, guys, then what are you doing? We actually killed it on Launchcoin as well. I gave you the exact dip, and that was a very nice long setup on Launchcoin as well. And right now as well, guys, it is basically pumping. All right, now anyway guys, so this was the bull case. So in this scenario guys, we pay extra attention to volume because the last move up has the highest volume, and that is why this scenario has some substance, right? Since the highest volume in the markets have been at the recent highs right around here, it calls for this move to be a part of wave 3. In this case, we are in wave 1 of the wave 3, and we are indeed in a super cycle that goes on for multiple years. Invalidation is $2.32 trillion market cap, which is your last close right around here. So for Bitcoin, your invalidation is sitting very close right around here, guys, this level. So basically, the moment you take this low at $74,000 for Bitcoin in the future, if that happens, then guys, your super cycle scenario will be invalidated, and that would mean a bear market. So now you have a very clear invalidation. If you take the low at $74,000, done and dusted, guys. Anyway, so let's just see what we have right around here. So in that case, guys, this entire move up is your wave 1, this is your wave 2, and then inside of your larger wave 3, we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And inside of this yellow wave 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And right now we are in the blue wave 2, all right, towards the downside, where your crucial zone of support is right around here. And this is basically the chart for total crypto market cap. So it's not Bitcoin. And if you see right here, guys, the total crypto market cap could not make a higher high, while Bitcoin actually did right around here. So maybe, guys, maybe this could be a flat correction for Bitcoin, while for the rest of the market, it could be a normal correction. So these are basically the two scenarios that we have for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets. All right. Now, guys, coming to the good part. If this is a super cycle, what does that mean for altcoins? Will we get some sort of an altcoin season or not? So I will tell you guys how I am planning to basically take profits in this cycle by simply using Bitcoin dominance chart. So right here, guys, we have Bitcoin dominance on the weekly time frame, and let's just see we get rejected right around here or we get rejected right around here, because guys, a lot of people do not understand that Bitcoin dominance does have a ceiling, and that ceiling is between 70% and 73%. All right, it cannot go beyond that because a lot of altcoins do have a significant chunk of supply that is not movable. So Bitcoin dominance cannot just keep on going higher. It can only happen if Bitcoin goes to like $1 million from here, and that basically ends up giving zero effect to altcoins. If that happens, then definitely, guys, because the entire share of Bitcoin in the market will become really big, that Bitcoin dominance will continue to grow. But in my opinion, there is a ceiling, and that ceiling is 71 to 73%. And I'm not saying that this ceiling is going to be tested, but this is your ceiling, guys. Like, it cannot go beyond that, in my opinion. We might just get rejected here itself, guys. All right. But what I think, guys, that this cycle, guys, it has been very different for Bitcoin dominance as well. Because if you see in the past cycle, we used to go up on Bitcoin dominance, come back down, go up, have a correction, go up, little correction, go up, have a correction, go up, and then crash. This is what it used to be, right? But this time, guys, we have had only small moves towards the upside and to the downside, and basically a small consolidation that just keeps on grinding towards the upside. What does that mean? It basically means, guys, that the market has matured. The market has become so big that it cannot be really volatile as it used to be in the past, which would mean that you're not going to be getting those parabolic runs on altcoins either, right? If an altcoin is already sitting at a $20 billion market cap, it does not need another $20 billion to get to a 2x, but it still needs a lot of inflows, guys. You have to understand that. And those inflows are not going to be coming out of the pockets of retail, all right? So you have to understand that. And as you can see right here, we have a steady uptrend for Bitcoin dominance as well, which is again the reverse parabola, because what we are used to in the crypto markets is having something like this, but now we are getting something like this, and it's the reverse parabola, guys. I would call this video the reverse parabola effect if there were a lot of viewers, but again I will have to call it something else because I want people to actually see this video, guys. All right, so anyway guys, we have right here Bitcoin dominance. You can see it has been slowly grinding up, but this move towards the downside was when Bitcoin was not going down, it was going up, but Bitcoin dominance was going down. And if you see these type of movements in the price of Bitcoin dominance, then that is your signal to take some profits off the table from altcoins. Because even if it's a super cycle, guys, it is no point and there is no harm to be taking profits, right? If you buy Sui at $2 and you sell at $4 and then buy back again later on at $3, or even if you don't buy it again, guys, it was a successful trade. You don't really have to hold for a longer period of time just hoping that you are going to get some sort of an altcoin season. This is the main purpose of creating this video, guys. All right, I really want that everybody starts taking profits because there are a lot of new projects that are coming in, and if you do not take profits from your existing trades, even when they are in massive profits, then you really do not have any kind of dry powder and you cannot be buying into the new plays, because this is an attention economy, guys, right? You know that. So that is something that I really want to pay attention to. If you have seen, recently we have got a new launch, and that was 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, and that has been doing really well. But if you do not have dry powder, if you do not have stable coins basically, then how do you get into these new plays? Even if they are revolutionary or not, how will you even play the game if you don't have dry powder? So that is what I'm suggesting you in this video, guys. Definitely not financial advice. You do you, I do myself. But what I am personally going to be doing is exactly what I'm showing you right now. So basically this correction on Bitcoin dominance was around an 11% move towards the downside. All right. So the moment I get more than a 10% correction from the highs to the lows, and also during that time Bitcoin should be going up. If that is the case, that is my signal to be taking profits from altcoins. All right, and by taking profits, it does not mean, guys, that I'm going to be selling my entire bag, but definitely I do want to take some chips off the table. All right, so this is going to be my strategy. Let me just repeat it for you all. There are going to be just two conditions for me to take profits on altcoins, and that is going to be Bitcoin dominance right here should drop more than a 10% or around 10. And while this happens, BTC should be going up. If that is the case, you are definitely going to get a whole lot of volume and inflows into alts. And when that happens, that is my signal to basically get out, get some profits off the table. And it does not mean, guys, that I'm taking all profits, but I'm at least taking off like 25 to 30 or maybe even 40% depending on the rest of the market conditions at that time. And if you want to be updated about exactly when I buy and when I sell, then definitely, guys, 100x channel is the place to be, and it is going to be really alpha packed from now onwards, because I am going to be paying a lot more attention into taking profits off the table, because we have made this mistake in the past, guys. We were able to catch really good runners. I have had multiple 100x, 300x wins from the diligence channel, but a lot of other plays that we actually poured that money into, we did not take profits at the right time. And I am not ashamed to be admitting that in front of you, because it is important, guys. You have to learn from your mistakes. And if I still do not learn from my mistakes when I did not take profits, then, guys, I cannot help you out either. All right. So that is what I am trying to do right now. I am trying to build a strategy where I am also getting exposed to the market, getting exposed to the altcoins, getting exposed on chain, getting into meme coins, getting into the fun stuff, getting into what crypto is all about. But at the same time, guys, I'm taking off some profits off the table when there are signals, clear indications that, you should be taking some profits out. If, Bitcoin dominance continues to go down and Bitcoin continues to go up, which a lot of people are still assuming is going to be the case, that Bitcoin dominance is going to just crash all the way down to 40%, multiple weeks of just moving towards the downside. That is what a lot of people are basically assuming right now, right? So if they are right, then still, guys, I do have a significant portion of my bags, of my altcoin bags, to still take profits. And if that happens, guys, I can tell you, if there is a better market condition compared to what it is right now, guys, you are going to be getting much more new plays from like $1 million market cap to a $500,000 market cap, which will be doing 10, 20, 30, 50, 100x's in just one day. If you actually get that type of a move towards the downside on Bitcoin dominance, if that happens, guys, you don't know what is going to happen in the markets, because there will be a lot of money. If this happens and Bitcoin is consistent or going higher, Guys, you don't have any idea, and even I don't have an idea what is going to happen in the altcoin market. It will explode, guys. It will go crazy. Solana will go to like $2,000, $3,000. You have to understand how much money we are talking about right here, right? Bitcoin keeps on going up and dominance goes down. That will be crazy for altcoins, guys. And that is something that I really do not want to expect and to dream about. All right. So I'm just giving you the truth. I'm just giving you what I feel about the markets right now. And I really hope, guys, that you took something out from this particular video and it has helped you, because guys, I have given my everything to this channel, to the community that we have built so far, and I really want everybody to win. If you want to take it to the next level and join me, then definitely, guys, make sure that you check out the link in the description section below and join us inside the Diligence channel. This is where we are talking about on-chain plays, multiple on-chain plays that we have been killing lately. Let me just show you a few right around here. So this is the one, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. I'm really bullish on this one. I called this right around here inside the Diligence channel. We bought exactly around like $17 million market cap. This is where I got in, and we are already up around 73% on this one. Apart from that, there have been a lot of other plays as well, which we have been getting into. There is Nobody Sausage, which I really like as well. Let me just quickly show you the chart of this one as well. So this one I basically called right around here. All right, I gave entries right here as well as right here, and now we have had two touches at my support zone of $13.52 million. And guys, this is a quick 2x. If you put a limit buy order right here, because I did mention it in the Diligence channel when price was somewhere around here, I guess around like $34-35 million market cap, and now you can see the accuracy, guys. You can see how accurate my calls have been inside the Diligence channel. I always give you the limit buy as well as limit sell orders for each play that I am getting into. And if you are willing to build a spot portfolio for the altcoin season, then definitely, guys, make sure that you check out the 100x program. And if you're willing to trade Bitcoin as well as other altcoins on leverage, then check out the premium channel. And also, guys, make sure that you use the link in the description section below to join Blowfin, because that is where whales are made. And of course, guys, to join the private communities, the link is again given in the description section below. Everything you need is in the description section below. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you found it helpful, then make sure, guys, that you do not forget to drop a like. And also, guys, if you're new to the channel, then make sure that you smash that subscribe button and also ring the bell notification icon so that you can be notified whenever I put up another update. That's all, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep hustling.